Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Keena, your favorite master herbalist, and I'm just so happy to have you guys here. Some of you guys know that I took some time off because there was a death in my family, but I am really excited to be back here with you guys. And I took a subscriber poll, and the number one thing that you guys wanted more information about in terms of herbal remedies was heart health or heart disease, heart issues, things like that. So today I'm going to be giving you guys 3 powerful herbs that are very, very helpful in the treatment of heart disease or just to keep your overall health in terms of your your cardiac health together. And I hope that they give you guys a lot of relief. So the very first one is Arjun, or the scientific name is Terminalia Arjuna, which is kind of fancy sounding, but it comes from a tree. So Arjun is a tree, and the part of the tree that we're going to be using for herbal medication is going to be the bark. And it is extremely powerful because it lowers your blood pressure. It also increases circulation overall in the body. So if you have like ischemic heart disease, this is a big one for you. And if you experience any angina, and angina is just a medical term for like chest pain, pain around the heart, things like that. So if you experience those things, then the Arjuna plant or herb is going to be really, really helpful for relieving you of all of that discomfort and increasing your overall health in general. It also reduces your cholesterol, and it seems that those things go hand in hand. So if you have any cardiac issues or blockages and things like that, then typically cholesterol can be an issue as well. So we're working on 2 things. We're gonna kind of strengthen that cardiac system, but we're also going to be helping to lower the cholesterol if cholesterol is a concern for you. Now, since Arjun is a bark, then the ways that you can take this is going to be either in a decoction or a tincture. So a decoction is kind of like a tea, but it's more like a brew, because with tea, you just have like the leaves and you can steep them in hot water. Well, with the decoction, you're going to actually boil the herb in water. So it's the same, like 15 to 20 minutes, but you're gonna put the herb inside of like a pot and boil it and leave it on simmer for 15 or 20 minutes with the boiling water. And then you can just strain off the herb and then you drink it like tea. You could sweeten it if you want to, because usually barks don't taste that good. But that is a really good one for you. You guys know that I'm a fan of tinctures just because of their ease of use, and because you can take the little bottle with you wherever you go and remember to take it. And if you're going to be taking tinctures, then we're going to do about 2.5 milliliters 3 times a day. 2.5 milliliters is equivalent to about half a teaspoon. So that is that's pretty much it in terms of the Arjun. If you're going to be making it yourself, then I would recommend the tincture. You're going to be making that yourself instead of buying it somewhere. Then you want to do 1 part herb or bark, the bark, to 5 parts water, and 5 parts liquid. And then your liquid mixture should be 60% alcohol. So just remember that. We usually use like a grain alcohol or some kind of strong, pure, unflavored alcohol, so that we can extract the constituents. So that's it for that one. Number 1, Arjun. Okay, so herb number 2 is going to be the Coleus plant. Now, some people might actually have familiarity with the Coleus plant because it's a really pretty house plant. It comes in like greens and reds and some purples, and it's really pretty. So you may have had one in your house, or you may have had them before. If you Google it or even look it up on Amazon, you probably see more seeds than anything, because it's a common house plant and people like to plant them, but they do have medicinal properties, which is what we're looking for. So the Coleus is a really good herb if you have congestive issues, because what Coleus does is it dilates your blood vessels, and it also dilates the bronchioles in your lungs. So it's actually really good for bronchitis or any issue where there's constriction in your vessels. So if you have congestive heart failure, if that's something that you've ever dealt with, then that's going to be a huge one. It actually lowers blood pressure, which we really want that. We want to make sure that that the blood pressure and the heart health are in line with one another. And I'm trying to think, I think it was one more thing. Oh, it's also just great for circulatory like help. So if you have any kind of circulatory issues in terms of your heart, then it's going to be great for that. We're going to be using the root. So I think sometimes online you can see that people sell the leaves. You don't really want to get the leaves, you want to get the roots. So because they're roots, again, if you're going to be making a preparation for medicinal purposes, we're going to be making that decoction, which is boiling the roots in water for 15 or 20 minutes. And it's usually like 1 to 2 teaspoons per cup, essentially, if you're gonna boil it. And that's pretty much for any decoction. And then tincture. So this time, if because it's like barks and roots, they're kind of similar because they're hardier, you need more alcohol in your tincture extraction. So you would be using like a 60% alcohol in your liquid if you're gonna extract it yourself, 1 part to 5 parts liquid. Or like I said, you can do the decoction. So that one is really good. It is so specific to if your form of heart disease is congestive. So remember that one. It's a really good one for keeping that blood pressure lower and also clearing out any kind of plaque that could be congesting the blood vessels in the heart. Okay, and last but not least, number 3 is going to be Hawthorn. Now, we've actually talked about Hawthorn in the channel before, but we're talking about it with regard to Hawthorn leaf being used for blood pressure or hypertension. And it's interesting that in this particular plant, the leaves are really good for if you have circulatory issues, blood pressure issues, but the berries are actually what you would use for heart issues. So it's an overall cardiotonic. It's great for heart health. It's great if you just want to take something daily for like as a maintenance dose potentially, or if you're recovering from a heart attack or heart failure or something like that. Hawthorn is really good for like recovery if the heart has had some kind of issue or injury, and then it's just good for heart health overall. Now, because we're going to be using the berry, I guess all 3 today are going to be either decoctions or tinctures. So Hawthorn berry, not the leaf, for heart issues. And then if you're going to be doing it, you're going to do that decoction. So you're going to take 1 to 2 teaspoons to a cup of water, boil it, strain off the berries, and then you're going to drink that up to 3 times a day. Or you can do a tincture, which we know I'm a huge fan of tinctures. So you can do a tincture, and you'd be taking about 2.5 to 5 milliliters 3 times a day of a Hawthorn tincture, and that's about half a teaspoon to 1 teaspoon up to 3 times a day. And it's really helpful. If you're going to be making that tincture yourself, then you're going to be using about 40% alcohol, 1 part berries to 5 parts water or liquid, and then 40% of that liquid should be alcohol. So those are the 3, and I really hope that they're helpful for you guys. That's Arjun and Hawthorn and Coleus. Yes, those 3 are really helpful, really impactful to heart healing and then overall heart health if you're just trying to stay healthy and you know that you may have some history of heart issues or in your family, or that you've had some past history yourself. So I hope that helps you guys. As usual, if you have any questions about any of these herbs, just leave me a message in the comments. I try to answer as many comments as possible. I can tend to get really busy, but I try to answer you guys as much as possible. A lot of you guys tend to ask where to buy some of these herbs. I know some of you guys are not in the States. My company does ship pretty much worldwide. Send me a message about your specific country if you don't see it on the site. But you can get pretty much all of the herbs that I recommend to you guys at like your local herb shop, which shop small, that's important. You can get them on Amazon, or you can get them from my shop. So my company is Sovereign Harvest, and a lot of the herbs I sell are under the brand Tree Hugger Apothecary, and you can get those from me. So I always have the link in the description box if you guys want to get stuff from me. There's always a standard automatic coupon code if you buy 3 or more items. So I try to make sure that I'm helping you guys, because I know sometimes everybody's like, oh my gosh, I want all the things you recommended. So I make sure that I give you guys a little bit of a discount for those things. And yeah, that's it. So that's a wrap on heart health. I hope that helps you guys, and just let me know if you have any questions. Bye.